everybody, welcome to Hank's True Barbecue. Today we're going to utilize the Santa Maria grill accessory I built for the Weber kettle in a previous episode. Basically I wanted to turn my kettle into a Santa Maria grill, just because you can, and it's another different but still fun way of cooking on the kettle. And I figured why not do a tri-tip. California's #1 steak. Well, I don't know if it is, but it seems to be. It's extremely popular in California. So I got my hands on Canadian beef. This is Heritage Angus. I really like it, really good quality, so I keep buying these. They have briskets, of course, sirloin, ribeye, and tri-tip. For those of you that haven't cooked tri-tip already, the shape tells you why it's called. So this is located on the rear leg. I think it's really good that you can get such good quality steak from the rear leg. It's usually associated with the loin region otherwise. Anyhow, we're going to trim it a little bit, and usually this is really good with salt, but also I think this is a beef that goes really well with some flavoring. So I'm going to add some coffee and chili flavor on this one. I'm using Hank's signature seasoning. This is my own rub. You can get it off of Amazon. So let's start trimming, then put the rub on, and this is going to be left overnight. And then we'll get the fire going on the Santa Maria grill. I think that's a really nice way of cooking, because it like really resembles camping to me, because you use real wood logs and splits to cook with instead of charcoal. Again, it's a different way, but still nice. So let's get the meat prepped, and then tomorrow we'll get the fire started. So here it is, plastic wrapping removed. Now trimming this one is easy, because basically we're gonna get rid of all fat. This should be really clean. So let's just start cutting. There's quite a fat cap on this one. Sometimes when you buy them, they are all trimmed already, and sometimes not. I don't know why, but let's get rid of all the fat here. So we get down to the meat and then apply the rub, so the ply sticks to the meat everywhere. Alright, as you can see, I've cleaned it quite a bit, squeaky clean. This is the way it should be. So and now you can see the shape of it even better. So this is why it's called a tri-tip. Now looking carefully at the muscle fibers, you can see that they change direction here from this way, and then it slide over a little bit. So it's kind of like a fan out. So that's important, because when you slice it later, you need to make sure you cut across the grain. So you're going to have to change the angle a little bit. No big deal, but make sure you take a look and make notes beforehand. A real easy way to keep track of that, even after it's cooked, is to use a classic toothpick. Put it in like that, and that way you can see. So when the steak's done, pull it out and start cutting across the grain. In this case, when you have different directions, just put in 2 or 3, and that should help you. Otherwise, just keep practicing and cook a few tri-tips, and you'll be all right. All right, time to apply the rub. I'm going to put in on an even layer. I guess distance from meat always helps when sprinkling to get it even. So we'll see. Apply some rub, pat it down, flip it over, do the same thing, and then we should be good. Again, I think this is a really good rub, because this type of meat, the tri-tip, which has a rather clean beef flavor, really takes off when you put on a strong flavor like this. But again, use whatever you rub you feel like. Salt and pepper works really good too. But in that case, I think a good flavorful sauce really complements the meat. So go on, experiment, see what you like. See if I can get this even enough. All right, looking good. Let's get some rub on the short edge here. That should be enough. All right, into the fridge, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. Got the kettle here, my Santa Maria grill accessory I built. Just gonna fit it right there, nice and easy. I gotta chop some oak wood before we get started, because I'm gonna use oak wood only for this one, no charcoal. So let's head on over to the shed. That should do it. Now I chopped it up to be quite thin splits. I'm gonna start with 2 and simply build a little timber frame, if you like, or a pagoda using this kindling. Should be really easy to get it started because it's real good dry wood. I don't use charcoal or anything else, I just build a little pile like this. That's all you need to get started, really. All right, let's just give it a few minutes and we can start stacking on thicker and thicker ones. Now if you take a closer look, you can see it's dead easy. This is how I start my fire in the offset smoker also. Pure wood, just a few felt matches, and we're up and running. Now when doing outdoors cooking like this, I think a glass of Malbec is in place. Goes well with the meat. Nice. Cheers, folks. Fire is coming along nicely. I'm gonna put on a few bigger logs now, get these started. I think Santa Maria grilling is a lot about fire management. Getting good glowing embers from this. We want to avoid most of the flames. Just have to work that fire for a little while, but we should be able to put the meat back on in, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. Gonna bring the grates down to burn off any residue. Just leave it like that for 10 minutes and see if we need to put on another split or 2. But I want to get a good burn from these thicker wood, pieces of wood. And here's the tri-tip. Actually, this is what I would call the tri-tip body double, because when I was trimming this the other day, I had to rush off, something just came up, so this is actually a replacement tri-tip. Did it the exact same way, same rub, same everything, but it's a new cut, so it'd be interesting trying this one out. I usually smoke most meats, but I think this will be a really nice way of cooking, like real live fire cooking. That fire is coming along nicely. I'm gonna put in another thick log here, well, relatively thick. Have to time them like one after another to get consistent glowing embers. So this is looking good. You can see the flames are dying down, so this one's going to catch on, but let's get this one up to speed, and then I think we can put the meat on the grates and lower it just a bit. All right, this is looking good. Time to lower the grates just a bit. Like that. Get the meat on. Oh, nice. Now, if you're not used to real wood as opposed to charcoal or briquettes, remember this is quite a lot more BTUs compared to charcoal. Basically, it means it's going to run a lot hotter, so I want to keep a certain distance so we don't bring this one up to temp too fast. Nice one. Cheers again, folks. All right, I'm gonna add another log in there. I'm gonna flip this one. Now, cooking like this isn't an exact science, and the thing is, cooking doesn't have to be either. I'm just going by feel, checking by what I call normal temp, not too high, because I want to bring this one up slowly. If needed, I'll sear it at the end simply by lowering the grates, but right now I'm just going to flip it. Check temps every now and then with a thermopen. Have a glass of wine and just enjoy. Really nice cook. Color is coming along nicely, so is temp, so I'm gonna flip it again. I think I'm gonna keep it at this height, which seems to be a really good temp, not increasing too fast, so we'll just keep flipping it for a while, and when it's getting close to done, see if we need searing. Alright, so the meat's been on for like 25 minutes, almost 30. 31, 32 degrees Celsius, that's like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, so I think we've got a good temp going here. Bringing it up slowly but surely. Yeah, this is good. Now, as you can see, I brought the grates up a bit because I had some flames. I don't want to smolder the meat too quickly or get too much smoke in there, so I'll let this die out or die down before I bring the grates back in. But we're getting close to ready in temp. I'm aiming for like 56 to 58 degrees Celsius, which is 133 to 136 Fahrenheit. It's got nice color already, looking really good. So what about flavor then? Well, this is not going to be smoked as like properly smoked in an offset. We're going to get a bit of grilled flavor, but that's it. And I think that's just fine. That's part of the charm of cooking outdoors like this. So this will be good for sure. But we're not smoking it, so it shouldn't taste smoked either. But another 5 minutes, I think we can slice this up and start serving. Now the flames have died down a bit, so I'm gonna bring it down just a bit for the finishing touches. I think that should do it. Nice. Let's get a close-up. Now that's looking real good. I think we're about done now, so I'm gonna check temps and then time to slice it. All right, that steak is done. Looking fabulous, if you ask me. Just gonna leave it for 5 minutes at least here, just let it rest. I was gonna say cool off, but it's not gonna cool off, but just gonna leave it, have the juices redistribute evenly in the steak, and then we're gonna slice it. Now looking at the muscle fibers here, they're going in this direction. Quite a little bit of fan out, so I'm gonna just slice it almost like this all the way through. It's gonna be good. Can't wait to test this one. As you can see, I didn't sear it. I simply left it on the grates until it was done. Got real nice crust. Should be amazing flavor on this one. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes, folks. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I can wait any longer just staring at this one. I'm gonna slice it up, check it out, give it a good taste test, and then plate it. Oh, this is looking good. Check that out. Really soft, juicy. Same color all the way through, same doneness, just the way it should be. This is how to cook a tri-tip. And one for the chef. Really good beef flavor. Now, this rub, there's a reason I call it my signature rub, because it's just a perfect match for a steak like the tri-tip. Oh yeah. Slice up a few more and plate them, and dinner is ready. Talk about real grill flavor. Just checking the angles of the muscle fibers, but I'm still good. Still need to sharpen that knife though. Oh, super fresh. Now this is how I serve my tri-tip. Looking good, some mini paprikas, cheese filled with a little bit of heat. Nice match for that rub and the meat. So I'm gonna use this Santa Maria accessory quite a few more times. This was a great way of cooking. Full tri-tip took like 40-45 minutes, which is good, I consider. Got a nice plate. Just gonna dig in after this. Thank you for watching. Hope that could be inspirational. If you do like it, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next week's episode. Bye bye.